Hey guys, it's Jalisha and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, welcome and make sure you subscribe. This video is going to be the first of a series. I have another series on my channel here if you guys aren't familiar with it. It's called Copycat Creations. That's the series where I basically find a video of a look and I try to recreate that look using things that I already have in my makeup collection. This series, however, is going to be called a palette party. So corny, I know. Anyway, it's a palette party. So in this series, I'm basically going to be using one palette and creating a look using that palette. I've created looks using one palette before, but this will give me a chance to dive into old palettes that I haven't really touched in a while. So the palette I'm going to be using today is the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette. This is the second Jeffree Star palette that he came out with. He actually just launched another palette for Valentine's Day. But I don't think I'm going to be buying that palette. It's just not something that I think I want. It has some nice red colors and that's what drew my eye, so I don't want to buy the palette for like 3 colors. But anyway, the Androgyny palette looks like this. I have a review and first impressions on this palette. I will link it in the description box. This is what the inside of the palette looks like. Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeshadow pans are humongous. In the new collection, I don't think the pan sizes are this big, but it doesn't matter because I ain't getting it. The color scheme is very different. There are some neutral shades and then there are some pops of colors. So this is the look I basically created. This look is actually very similar to the look I created when I did the first impressions. And I didn't realize it until I was like halfway through and I was like, dang, this look is so similar. Like it's literally almost the same. So I just threw in some elements to make it different with the wing liner. I'm sorry if you guys don't like the fact that it's so similar, but honestly, it was an honest mistake. If you guys want to have more palette parties, let me know what your favorite eyeshadow palettes are and I will try to include them in this series. Other than that, I really hope you guys like this. Also subscribe if you aren't. I think I said that already, but if you haven't, subscribe. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Without further ado, let's see how I get this look. Okay guys, so to start the look off, I'm going to be applying this really nice orange shade called Charm, and I'm going to apply that to my transition area using a Morphe E23 brush. I'm going to build this color up and blend it all over that area. Next, I'm going to apply this really chocolatey brown shade called Dominatrix, and I'm applying that with a MAC 217 brush right into my crease and blending it into my transition area, but I'm really packing that color on until I get it as intense as I like it. So now I'm just going back with that Morphe brush to blend out that color. I always say this, but you want to go back and use the other brushes and colors to make sure everything is blended. Then after that, I'm going to go into the shade Fetish. It's a very nice burgundy red shade. It has a little bit of shimmer, but not too much, so I can apply it in my crease. And to do that, I'm using a MAC 221 brush. It's a very small, detailed blending brush. And I'm just putting this color on the outer corner and in the crease. And I'm really winging this color out. To cut the crease, I'm using my LA Girl Pro Concealer. Don't be mad at me, but I don't remember the shade I used. I think it was Fawn, but don't quote me on that. And I'm just cutting the crease with a Morphe M224 brush and then blending it out with my finger. Now I'm going to apply the shade Frosting with a MAC 239 flat brush all over where I just cut the crease and making sure I'm really packing that color on and taking my time. So now I'm going to go back into the shade Fetish and blend out the outer corner and make sure everything is feathered and looking nice and gradient. And then I'm going to apply the same colors that I use in my crease, which is the orange shade Charm and then Fetish again to my lower lash line. And then I'm going to apply a black liner. This one is by e.l.f. I love it because it's only $3. And then to blend out that liner, I'm going to take a dominatrix and I'm going to blend that out with a Real Techniques shading brush. And then once I do that, I'm going to take the shade Androgyny and apply that with a Ecotools angle brush. And I just use this shade to pretty much define that cut crease. To switch the look up a little, I'm using this NYX liner. I will leave the shade I use in the description box, but I just decided to do a wing. Really bold for me because I never really do wing liner. You can pretty much keep the look how it was without the wing liner and just go ahead and apply lashes, but I wanted to make the look a little different and fun, and yeah. I kind of messed up on this eye, but we all have our days, so I'm just going back and forth to both eyes to sort of even them out, hopefully not looking crazy in the end. So now I'm going to apply some mascara. This is actually going to help get some of that liner off our lashes and prep them for falsies. For false lashes, I'm using Ardell 600 lashes. These lashes are great dupes for MAC lashes. I'm not sure of the number, but MAC has a lash that is exactly like this, so save your money and get the Ardell brand. Moving on to the face, I'm going to highlight using MAC's Gold Deposit, and then I'm going to use e.l.f.'s Dark Blush Palette. This was my first time using it and I was super impressed, plus it's only $4. Then for lips, I'm going to line my lips with MAC's Nightmoth Lip Liner, and then I'm also going to fill them in using Hutch by Colourpop. So you guys, this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed and learned something. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.